Hello everyone, I am Dr. K. Annapurna, ECE Department, VFSTR, Dimuttubi University, Vadlamudi. In our today's class, we are going to solve some problems on basic probability theory and we will learn about Bernoulli's trials and combined sample space. So the main objective of this class is to make you familiarize with the concept of Bernoulli's trials and combined sample space with compound event or compound experiment, and by the end of this lecture you will able to understand the concept of Bernoulli's trials and the concept of compound experiment and combined sample space, and you will able to solve some problems. Now let us see some problems. The first problem: what is the probability for a leap year to have 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays? Okay, so leap year means how many days? 366 days. So total how many weeks will be there? So divide this 366 with 7. So 5 7s 35 and here 16, 2 7s 14. So 2 days. That is, this 366 days contains 52 complete weeks and 2 days extra. So now what is the probability of having 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays? So to find that, we have to write the sample space. What are all the possibilities of these 2 days? Because 52 weeks means all 52 Sundays, 52 Mondays up to 52 Saturdays. So complete weeks. But these 2 days are distinguishing that event. So here the sample space is, those 2 days can be Sunday, Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, and Saturday, Sunday. Okay, these are the possibilities, because those 2 days will be successive days only. We can't take Sunday and Thursday like that, right? So these are the possible, those 2 days. Now the condition is 52 Mondays. Already this 52 weeks contains 52 Mondays. So in this combination it shouldn't contain Monday. And 53 Sundays. So this 52 weeks contains 52 Sundays. So one Sunday should be included here. So the combination we have to select such that it should contain Sunday but not Monday. So the first combination is containing both Sunday and Monday. So we should not consider this. This combination we can consider. So what is the probability? Out of 7 possibilities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many are satisfying the given condition? Only 1. So this is the probability. So probability to have 52 Mondays and 53 Sundays. Now let us solve the next problem. When 2 dice are thrown, then find the probability of getting sum as 10 and sum as perfect square. So 2 dice are thrown means, first let us write the sample space. So outcome may be 1 1, that is on both dice 1 and 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4, 2 5, 2 6, 3 1, 3 2, 3 3, 3 4, 3 5, 3 6, 4 1, 4 2, 4 3, 4 4, 4 5, 4 6, 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4, 5 5, 5 6, 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5, 6 6. So these are all the possible outcomes, because in every die we have 6 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. So on the first die I am showing it as the first value and the second die second value. Okay, right? So this is called combined experiment or combined sample space. Compound experiment, combined sample space. So now what is the first condition? Sum should be 10. So probability of sum equal to 10. So see which combinations are giving sum of those two numbers is 10. In the first row, nowhere we are getting 10. Here also nowhere. Okay, this 4 6 is 10. 6 4 is 10. 5 5 is 10. Okay. So out of total how many combinations are there? 36 combinations are there. Out of 36, 3 combinations are satisfying the given condition. Okay. So probability of getting sum equal to 10 is 3 by 36. And next, probability of sum becomes perfect square. Sum is perfect square. So perfect square means 4 is a perfect square. Okay. 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, like that. But here the maximum sum is 12. 6 plus 6, 12. So don't worry about these combinations. So see, the sum is, and 1 square is 1. Right? So the sum is 1, not possible. The least combination is if both ones also come, it is 2. So now we have to check the sum is 4 and the sum is 9. So sum is 4 means this is one combination. 2 plus 2, 4. 3 plus 1, 4. Okay. These 3 are satisfying sum 4. Next, what is sum 9? So sum 9 means 4 plus 5, 5 plus 4, 3 plus 6, 6 plus 3. Right? So total 7 combinations are satisfying the condition sum is a perfect square out of 36. So the probability of getting sum is perfect square is 7 by 36. Now let us see the next problem. A class consists of 6 girls and 10 boys. If a committee of 3 members has to be selected at random from the class, then find the probability that 3 boys are selected. So what is the probability of selecting 3 boys? So total how many students are there? 6 girls plus 10 boys. So total number of students are 16. So out of 16 students, selection of 3 students. How many number of ways we can select? It is 16 C3. Right? And then 3 boys. So all should be boys means out of 10 boys, how many number of ways we can select 3 boys? 10 C3. And the committee also is having 3 boys. So this is the answer. Out of 10 boys, we can select 3 boys in 10C3 number of ways. So 10C3 by total 16 students will be there because 10 boys and 6 girls. So 16C3 is the total number of selections out of 16 students. So this is the answer. And here all of you know 10C3 means 10 factorial by 10 minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial. So factorial means 10 into 9 into 8 into and so on. Okay, here it is 7 factorial. So I can end up with 7 factorial by 7 factorial into 3 factorial. This 7 factorial gets cancels. 3 factorial is nothing but 3 into 2, 6. So 3 3s are 9, 2 5s are 10. So here 10C3 value is 5 into 3 into 8. So out of 10 boys, 3 boys can be selected in 120 number of ways. So like that you can find 16C3 also. So that is the answer. And what is the next one? Exactly 2 girls are selected. So the committee should have 3 members. So exactly 2 girls means 2 girls and 1 boy. So out of 6 girls, 2 boys means 6C2, and out of 10 boys, 1 boy. So un means here you will get into by total number of ways are 16C3. Probability of exactly 2 girls. Right? So let us see the next problem. A box contains 1 kilo ohm plus or minus 10%. The 10% is the tolerance. Resistors of 20. 15 kilo ohms plus or minus 5% resistors of 15. And 100 ohms plus or minus 10% resistors of 25. Find the probability of selecting 100 ohms resistor. So what is the probability of selecting 100 ohms? So first, total how many resistors are there? See, 1 kilo ohm resistors 20, 15 kilo ohms resistors 15, so 20 plus 15 35, and 100 ohms 25. 35 plus 25 60. So total there are 60 resistors. Now, how many of them are 100 ohms? 100 ohms resistors of 25. So, out of these 60, there are 25 chances to get 100 ohms resistors. So, this is the probability of getting 100 ohms. So, you can strike off. And next, what is the next one? Resistor with brown as the first color band. So I think all of you remember the color band on resistors. So BB Roy, Great Britain is very good and wise. So here this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This first B is for black. Next B is brown. And on resistor, the first color band indicates the first digit. So see here, brown as the first color band means the first digit should be 1. So see, 1 kilo ohm means what is the first digit? It is 1. Next 15 kilo ohms, what is the first digit? 1. 100 ohms, what is the first digit? 1. That is, if you pick any resistor, it is having the first color band as 1. So, probability of brown as first color band. So all 60 are satisfying the condition. So 60 by 60, this is 1. If the probability of the event is 1, then what we call that event? It is the sure event or certain event. So always it happens. And next one, what is the probability of 10% tolerance? So 10% tolerance, how many resistors are there out of 60? See, this is 10%, so 20. But second type is 5%, so you should not include. And third type again 10%, so 25. 20 plus 25, 45. So 0.75, right? So 10% tolerance resistors probability is 0.75. Let us see the next problem. In a class of 52 students, 15 students were passed in maths and science, another 15 were passed in maths and social, another 15 were passed in science and social, and 7 members were failed in all subjects. Find the number of students passed in maths, science and social. So for such type of problems, better to take the Venn diagram. Here total how many subjects were there? 3 subjects, maths, science, social. So class strength is 52, right? 15 students were passed in maths and science. So maths and science common area is 15. 15 were passed in maths and social. So here 15. And another 15 science and social. So here. And 7 members were failed in all subjects. So here this circle is indicating the students who passed in maths. This one is indicating who passed in science. This one who passed in social. So outside these circles means they failed in those subjects, right? So total if you count 3 15s 45 plus 7 52. So it is matching. Now what is the question? Find the number of students passed in maths. How many number of students passed in maths? So number of students passed in maths, how many? 15 plus 15, so 30. Science, so see science, it is also 15 plus 15, 30. Social, see this circle, 15 plus 15, 30. Okay, probability value never exceeds 1. Please remember that point. So these are not the probability values. They are asking us the number of students. Okay, now let us see the next problem. 33 people are reading Sakshi, 27 people are reading Inadu, 19 people are reading Andhra Jyoti, and 7 people are reading all papers. 9 of them are reading Sakshi and Andhra Jyoti, 16 of them are reading Sakshi and Inadu, 9 of them are reading Andhra Jyoti and Inadu. Find the number of people exclusively reading Sakshi, that is only Sakshi reading people, only Andhra Jyoti reading people and only Inadu reading people we need to find. Total number of people reading the newspapers is 50. So, here also we have to go for Venn diagram. So, total 3 types of newspapers. So, 3 circles. Each circle indicate 1 newspaper. So, first one Sakshi, second one Inadu, and third one Andhra Jyoti. So, 33 people are reading Sakshi. So, see here 33 people. So, total Sakshi reading people are 33. 27 people are reading Inadu. So, this entire circle should come 27. and 19 people are reading Andhra Jyoti. So this circle is indicating the people who are reading Andhra Jyoti. And then 7 people are reading all the papers. So what is the combined or intersection of all the 3 circles? So this is the region. So here I kept 7 means they are reading Sakshi as well as Eenadu as well as Andhra Jyoti. 9 of them are reading Sakshi and Andhra Jyoti. So Sakshi and Andhra Jyoti, 9 people means this is the area. So already 7 is there. So you have to write 2. So 7 plus 2 becomes 9. 16 of them are reading Sakshi and Eenadu. So Sakshi and Eenadu intersection area is this. So 16 means already 7 is there. So 9. And 9 of them are reading Andhra Jyoti and Eenadu. So Andhra Jyoti and Eenadu common area means this. So 9 means already 7 is there. So 2. Find the number of people exclusively reading Sakshi, Andhra Jyoti and Eenadu. Right? So here what is the data given? 33 people are reading Sakshi. So see this circle, 9 plus 7, 16, 16 plus 2, 18 plus how much we will get? 33, 15. Similarly here see this circle, 9 plus 7, 16 plus 2, 18 plus 9 will give us 27. And see here 2 plus 7, 9, 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 8 will give us 19. So the question is, how many people are exclusively reading Sakshi? So number of people exclusively reading Sakshi Eenadu Andhra Jyoti. So you can now easily tell the numbers. So 15 people are exclusively reading Sakshi. 9 people are exclusively reading Eenadu. 8 people are exclusively reading Andhra Jyoti. Right? So let us see the next problem. 3 electronic lamps are fitted in a room. 3 bulbs are chosen at random from 10 bulbs having 6 good bulbs. What is the chance that the room is lightened? Okay. So here actually 3 electronic lamps are there and we are selecting 3 bulbs from 10 bulbs. In 10 bulbs, 6 are good. So what is the probability the room is lightened means? Out of 3, 1 bulb glow, even 1 bulb glow, it lightens. 2 bulbs or 3 bulbs. If all 3 bulbs glow also, the room will be lightened. So either 1 bulb or 2 bulbs or 3 bulbs. If the condition is or means plus will come. If the condition is un means into will come. Okay. Now what is the probability of glowing 1 bulb? Out of 6 good bulbs. So 6C1, only 1 good bulb we are selecting. And not good means out of 10. So 4 not good. So 2 should be selected from bad. So total 10C3. The number of ways of selecting 3 bulbs from 10 is 10C3. Plus, here 2 bulbs glow. That is 2 should be selected from good 6 good bulbs and 1 bulb should be selected from 4 bad ones. 10C3. Plus all 3 good means 6C3 by 10C3. Here even you write 4C0. 4C0 value is anyway 1. whether you write or don't write, no matter. Right? So here 10C3 is common. So 6C1, 4C2 plus 6C2, 4C1 plus 6C. This is the answer. Next one. A bag contains 4 green, 6 black and 7 white balls. A ball is drawn at random. What is the probability that it is either a green or a black ball? So the experiment is to select a ball and what is the probability it is either green or black. So here total 4 green are there, 6 black, 7 white. So total how many? 17 balls. Right? So what is the probability of green or black? R means union. So here G is the event representing the selection of green ball and B is the event representing the selection of black ball. Then P of G union B is equal to, you know this formula, P of G plus P of B minus P of G intersection B. So here what is the meaning of P of G intersection B? The selected ball is green and black. Is it possible? No. So its probability is 0. And what is the probability of green? So total 17. Out of 17, how many are satisfying the condition green? 4. So P of G becomes 4 by 17. Plus, what is probability of selecting black? Out of 17, 6 are black. Right? So, 4 plus 6, 10. So the question is, what is the probability of selecting either green or black? So there are 10 chances are there out of 17. So 10 by 17 is the answer. Next one. A card is drawn from a well shuffled pack of cards. What is the probability that it is either a spade or ace? So this is also, what is the probability of spade or ace? R means union, ace. Here S is representing spade and A is representing ace. So what is the formula? P of S plus P of S minus P of S intersection A. So in cards, how many spades will be there? Total 52 cards will be there. So out of 52 cards, how many spades will be there? So total 52 cards. They are grouped into 4 parts: spades, clubs, hearts, diamonds. Right? So each are 13, 13, 13. And these 13 starting from A, 2, 3, 4 and so on, 9, 10, king, queen, jack. So 13 cards. In all groups, these are the 13. And out of this, 26 red, 26 black. Okay. So once if you know this, you can easily answer. This A is called ace, right? So in each group we are having one ace. So what is the probability of ace? Total how many ace cards are there? In each group only one. There are 4 groups. So 4 ace cards. So 4 by 52. And how many spade cards are there? spade means one group. So total 13 spades are there. And what is P of S intersection here? That is how many cards are there satisfying both spade and ace. So in spades only one ace will be there. So out of total only one card is satisfying that condition. In all remaining groups they are not spades. Okay, so here in spades we have only one ace. So substituting these values, spade or ace, so probability of spade plus probability of ace minus probability of spade and ace. So here 52 is common, 17 minus 1, 16. So this is the answer. Next one, students A, B and C are in running race. A and B have the same probability of winning and each is twice as likely to win as C. Find the probability that B or C wins. Okay, here probability of A is equal to probability of B is equal to 2 times probability of C. This is given. And in the running race, A, B and C are participating means sum of their probabilities should be 1. That is either A or B or C should win, no? So P of A plus P of B plus P of C. P of C is equal to 1. So either A or B or C should win. So sum of their probabilities should be 1. And now I am substituting P of A as 2 times P of C because they have given A and B are having equal probability and C twice as likely as this means 2 times C is either A or B plus P of B means 2 times P of C plus P of C is equal to 1. So 5 P of C is equal to 1. So P of C is equal to 1 by 5. Then what is P of A and P of B? It is 2 times. So P of A is equal to P of B is equal to 2 by 5. Now the question is, find the probability that B or C wins. So probability of B union C. So P of B plus P of C minus P of B intersection C. That is B and C should win. So it never happens. So its probability is 0 because they are mutually exclusive events. Either A wins or B wins or C wins. So P of B is equal to 2 by 5 plus P of C is 1 by 5. So total 3 by 5, that is 0.6. Okay. Okay, now what is compound experiment and what is combined sample space? Suppose the experiment is coin tossing and dice throwing. In the previous problems, 2 dice thrown simultaneously. So that comes under compound experiment and that sample space is called combined sample space. So the next thing, if the coin tossing and dice throwing are simultaneously, then this is the sample space. So if 2 experiments are done simultaneously, then that is called compound experiment and the resultant sample space should be written like this. Here 2, it can be any number. Okay. So this is called combined sample space. Now let us find the probability of getting at least 4 and head. So at least 4 means 4 and above numbers and head. So this is satisfying, this is satisfying, this is satisfying. So total how many possibilities are there? 6 plus 6, 12. So only 3 are satisfying. So 1 by 4, that is 0.25. And what is the second one? What is the second one? At max 2 and tail. At max means maximum 2. It should not exceed 2. And tail. So these two combinations. So 2 out of 12. So it is 1 by 6. So like this we have to find. And next, Bernoulli's trials. So they are also experiments and they are applicable for the experiments which are giving us only two possible outcomes. For example, coin tossing. So in coin tossing experiment we have only two possible outcomes, either head or tail. Similarly, dice throwing also can be considered as under this. That is, if you consider even or odd, if you are able to classify like that. Similarly, exam. In exam, actually, you may get from 0 to 100 marks, but either pass or fail. If you define the events like only two mutually exclusive events, the entire sample space, if you are able to divide like that, then the Bernoulli's trials can be applicable. And here, the trials can be n number of times, any number of times. And these experiments are repeated for n trials. And these trials are then called Bernoulli's trials. And this is used to find the probability of occurring k times out of n trials. Okay. So, k times out of n trials. And what is the probability of occurrence of that event is p. So, k times it is happening. So, p into p k times means p power k. And not happening, it is n minus k times. If p is probability of happening of that event, then 1 minus p is not happening, right? So now let us see a small example. If a coin is tossed for 10 times, so here the number of trials are 10. Then find the probability of getting exactly 4 times head. So here k is 4. And what is p? They didn't give the probability of head, means we have to consider the fair coin, that is unbiased coin, whose probability of head is 0.5. So according to Bernoulli's trials formula, what is it? nck into p power k into 1 minus p whole power n minus k. So this is equal to 10c4 0.5 whole power 4. 1 minus 0.5 is again 0.5 power 6. So this is the answer. Here this nck means out of 10 trials, those 4 heads can be at any number of 1, 2, 3, 4 times, that is first time, second time, third time, fourth time, or first, third, 7th, 10th, like that. So how many number of ways we are getting 4 heads out of 10 trials? These many number of ways. And p is probability of getting that event. So it happens k number of times. So p into p k times means it is p power k. And not happening means remaining times it is not happening. So remaining times means out of total n trials, k times we are getting means n minus k times we are not getting. So not getting probability is 1 minus p. And this formula is applicable for the experiments which are having only 2 possible outcomes. See the next one. If a dice is thrown for 12 times, so here n is 12. What is the probability of getting at least 8 times even number? So at least means can be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times also. I can't write 13 because the number of trials itself 12 means the maximum possible number of even number getting is 12 times. Okay, so either of these means You have to add all those probabilities. And what is the probability of getting even number? So in the dice throwing experiment, what is the sample space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is the probability of getting even number? 2, 4, 6 are even numbers. So 3 are satisfying out of 6. So 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 means 0.5. Now for this the answer is 12C8 0.5 whole power 8 1 minus 0.5 whole power 12 minus 8 means 4 plus next 9 12C9 0.5 whole power 9 1 minus 0.5 whole power 12 minus 9 means 3 plus 10 times 12C10 0.5 whole power 10 into 1 minus 0.5 whole power 12 minus 10 means 2 plus 12C11 0.5 whole power 11 into 1 minus 0.5, that means 0.5 only, whole power 12 minus 11 means 1. And the last one, all 12 times even number, 0.5 whole power 12, 1 minus 0.5 whole power 0. If you simplify this, you will get the answer. In this way, we have to calculate the probability of getting exactly some k times or at least, at max, like that they may ask. At least means starting with that the maximum up to maximum possible values. At max means that is the maximum value. So you have to consider all below values and that value. And this is your assignment. I hope you understand. Thank you.